they start talking, that's when y'all get them. I'ma beat his.
Can't do shit.
For real. I better be quiet.
I don't give a y'all was quiet. Y'all was loud.
We got the whole hood over there.
Like twist it up. I don't give a about none of that.
Do whatever y'all want. My mother, he can't stop nothing over here.
None of that.
Not at all.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna him up.
You know, that Tank is older. He had the lessons, getting his lessons of what he got to do.
Von Davis has publicly clashed with his trainer, Calvin Ford, following a heated argument during the highly controversial Lamont Roach fight on March 1, 2025, at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Boxing fans were treated to one of the most contentious decisions in recent memory as Davis defended his WBA lightweight title against Lamont Roach in a much-anticipated showdown that ended in a majority draw. The controversy stemmed from a critical moment in the 9th round when Davis unexpectedly took a knee after a jab from Roach lightly grazed his face. According to the unified rules of boxing, such an action, regardless of the reason, should prompt a count and could be ruled a knockdown. However, referee Steve Willis stopped the count prematurely, allowing the fight to continue, a decision that has since sparked widespread debate over the integrity of the scorecards and the bout's final outcome. Davis later explained that his knee was the result of a sudden impairment, claiming that grease from his freshly styled hair had seeped into his eyes. His explanation, however, was met with loud boos from the live audience and sharp criticism from boxing analysts. This incident not only shifted the momentum of the fight but also set the stage for further drama behind the scenes. Amid the fallout from the controversial call, explosive leaked audio surfaced, capturing a fiery exchange between Davis and his trainer, Calvin Ford. In the midst of the chaos, both in the ring and during the post-fight media frenzy, Davis was heard defiantly firing back at Ford with the bold statement, "I don't need you." This declaration struck a chord with fans, symbolizing a significant rift in the long-standing relationship between the fighter and his corner. The leaked audio has since fueled speculation about the future of their partnership and added another layer of intrigue to an already divisive moment in boxing history.
That looked like a submission, you hear me?
Check this out.
Let me get the clip.
No, you guys calm down. Listen to me.
Hey, come on now.
Tank don't Coach Cal. When Tank was walking up, it looked like Coach Cal was about to give him that hug like you always do, and Tank just brushed him off like out of here. Whoop, excuse me. Out of here.
In the leaked audio of the argument, the tension was unmistakable. Sources revealed that the confrontation erupted as emotions ran high in the aftermath of the disputed decision. While the exact words exchanged have been widely debated, it's evident that Davis's outburst was far more than a fleeting remark. It was a declaration of independence and a clear expression of frustration. The audio paints a picture of Davis, known for his explosive style inside the ring, displaying the same intensity when it came to matters of trust and team dynamics. This incident has sparked widespread discussions among boxing fans and analysts, with many questioning whether Davis's self-assured, and at times brash, demeanor might be concealing deeper underlying issues within his camp. The fallout has left many wondering about the stability of his team and the potential impact on his career moving forward.
All the people that say I be spreading false narratives and I don't know what I'm talking about, Tank don't with Coach Cal. Look, check this.
No, you guys calm down. Listen to me.
And then, look, Tank lost it. He totally lost it.
For years, Calvin Ford has been a cornerstone of Von Davis's career, with their partnership often drawing comparisons to iconic trainer-fighter duos. Ford's guidance was instrumental in Davis's early success, and his presence served as a steadying force for the fighter. However, in the lead-up to the Roach fight, a noticeable shift occurred. Ford was absent from Davis's immediate corner during parts of the bout, with Barry Hunter and other team members stepping in to fill the void. Ford later addressed the situation in a post-fight interview, explaining that his temporary absence was a strategic decision rather than a sign of any permanent rift. He described it as an opportunity to observe from a different perspective, giving both himself and Davis space to regroup. "We ain't change up anything," Ford insisted, stressing that the training structure and their bond remained intact. Despite his reassurances, the leaked argument has fueled speculation about whether this temporary adjustment might signal deeper, long-term friction between the star fighter and his longtime mentor. Many analysts see the heated exchange as a reflection of the immense pressures that come with elite-level boxing. Davis's blunt "I don't need you" remark could be interpreted as a bold assertion of independence, a declaration that he is capable of steering his own course in the ring, free from traditional hierarchies. On the other hand, it may also point to unresolved tensions that, if not addressed, could threaten the chemistry that once drove Davis to greatness. The incident has left fans and pundits alike questioning whether this moment marks a turning point in their relationship or simply a temporary clash in the high-stakes world of professional boxing.
Now it seems like Coach Cal on point, so you're not paying Tank no mind. And Tank go over here, he go to this and watch this shit that he do. He gonna lift his jacket up and like, our conversation is a secret, I don't want him to hear it. Type shit. Like, yo, what's up with Coach Cal and Tank? They really don't each other? Like, what? And he brush him off again, like, don't touch me type. Like, you see that?
The fallout from the fight and the subsequent argument has left fans and experts alike wondering what's next for Gervonta Davis. With the controversial majority draw still under scrutiny by the boxing community and potential regulatory reviews on the horizon, the internal discord between Davis and his trainer, Calvin Ford, could complicate the champion's future preparations. Should the WBA mandate a rematch with Lamont Roach, Davis may be forced to confront these internal issues before stepping back into the ring. A strained relationship with his trainer could disrupt fight strategy, conditioning, and ultimately performance, a risk with significant ramifications, especially given the high stakes of title defenses and potential future bouts against top-tier opponents. This incident also adds another layer to boxing's Wild West reputation, where split-second decisions, technical errors, and backstage drama often converge into one chaotic spectacle. As fans debate the merits of Davis's actions, both in the ring and outside it, the conversation increasingly centers on whether a single controversial call and a moment of verbal defiance could mark a turning point in his career. For Davis, whose record had been untarnished until now, this episode is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it highlights his fighting spirit and refusal to be controlled. On the other, it exposes vulnerabilities that future opponents might look to exploit. The boxing world will be watching closely to determine whether this internal friction is a temporary hiccup or a sign of deeper issues that could shape the trajectory of one of the sport's brightest stars. However, it's clear that Gervonta Davis is navigating a rough patch. His clash against Lamont Roach Jr. has shaken up his world. Roach Jr., who entered the ring as a massive underdog with virtually no expectations of victory, proved to be every bit as skilled, powerful, and resilient as his opponent. Instead of the anticipated Davis triumph, the fight ended in a majority draw, yet the biggest talking point wasn't Davis losing his flawless record, it was a bizarre moment in the 9th round. Mid-fight, Davis suddenly dropped to one knee and rushed to his corner to have his face wiped. It was later revealed that grease from his hair had trickled into his eyes, impairing his vision. What truly enraged fans, however, was referee Steve Willis allowing this to happen without consequence. Willis had already begun a 10-count, yet Davis was never penalized, leaving many questioning the officiating of the bout. This moment, coupled with the internal drama, has cast a shadow over Davis's career, raising questions about how he will rebound from this turbulent chapter.
Right hand from Mont, uppercut. Good combination, Mont. Oh, good left from Tank. Right hand from Monty. Oh, Tank took a knee. He got knocked down. That's a knockdown. Tank is trying to bail himself out. That's a knockdown. That's a knockdown! How are you going to do that and run and get a towel? Who gave Davis that right? This is a highway robbery, dog. Good combination, Lamont. Oh, shit. They swinging on each other. Good body shot, Lamont. Lamont is rocking with it. This is Tarver Roy 1. What's going to happen is they're going to give the fight to Tank, and then the second fight, Lamont going to say any excuses tonight, Tank, and then he will not Tank out. I've seen Lamont won, bro. He won 7-5 with a knockdown. This guy did the unthinkable, and I hope they don't rob him. Scorecards. They said majority draw. They cheated Roach. Roach got robbed, and everybody knows it. Rematch right away. They robbed him.
All eyes are now on the controversial call from the Davis-Roach Jr. fight, with the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, launching an investigation. The commission cited a so-called technical issue that prevented them from reviewing the incident in real time. Meanwhile, Roach Jr. has officially petitioned to have the result overturned in his favor. As the boxing world awaits the commission's final verdict, Devin Haney shared his perspective on the fight and the disputed no-knockdown ruling during an interview with The Ring. Given the rivalry between Haney and Davis, his stance was unsurprising, but he presented compelling arguments to support his position. I thought it was a good fight overall, Haney began.
I always knew Lamont wasn't coming to lay down.
Haney, who has known Roach Jr. since their amateur days, was impressed by his performance. He was coming there to fight, but he did a lot better than I thought he would, Haney added. When asked who he thought won the fight, Haney confidently stated, I thought Roach won the fight, personally.
As for the no knockdown ruling, Haney was unequivocal. No knockdown? That was unheard of.
That's the first time I've ever seen it with my own two eyes. Haney and Davis share a heated rivalry that has fans eagerly anticipating a potential showdown, one that, despite the hype, has yet to materialize. Meanwhile, the dramatic events at the Barclays Center last weekend have drawn comparisons to past controversies, with Terrence Crawford and others weighing in. While the first quarter of the year delivered several electrifying fights, the Davis-Roach Jr. bout left fans with a lingering sense of disappointment. The bizarre moment in the 9th round, where Davis took a knee due to grease from his hair impairing his vision, has sparked debates about past instances where self-inflicted slips led to official knockdowns. Historically, such incidents have had significant implications. For example, Floyd Mayweather experienced a rare knockdown early in his career during a fight against Carlos Hernandez. Mayweather's hand injury caused him to drop his arm to the canvas, prompting the referee to administer a standing 8-count, a decision that shifted the momentum of the fight. Boxing regulations state that a knockdown occurs when any part of a fighter's body, other than their feet, touches the ground. In Davis's case, the WBA initially defended referee Steve Willis's decision, stating that from their perspective, Willis's ruling was neither unreasonable nor unjustifiable. They argued that Willis determined in real time that Davis had not been struck by a punch before going down, thus no knockdown should be recorded. However, the WBA later retracted this statement, adding another layer of confusion to the controversy. As fans await the NYSAC's ruling, Roach Jr. remains optimistic. There's a real possibility that Davis's record could shift from 30-1 to 31-0 if the decision is overturned, a historic change that would occur not in the ring, but in the quiet deliberations of a boardroom. Meanwhile, renowned trainer Andre Rozier shared his insights on the fight, suggesting that Davis was not fully focused. I had to watch the fight again, but I know Tank was not focused for this one, not one bit, Rozier said. He praised Roach Jr. for his performance, calling him a live dog who did everything necessary to compete. Rozier also had a message for Davis: stop worrying about the outside world. Focus on boxing. You've got to do it, it's the only way he's going to be right. While Davis technically retained his undefeated record, the fight left a stain on his reputation in the eyes of many, thanks to the knee incident. Former lightweight champion George Kambosos Jr., no stranger to setbacks, didn't hold back in his assessment. Ouch, there goes the perfect record. That was a knockdown that ultimately made the difference, Kambosos tweeted. He also took a jab at Davis, writing, the dwarf had to go at me from my losses to Haney and Loma. Time to look at yourself, wanky tanky. Great work, Roach. Respect. Tanky, the jig is up. Kambosos later admitted he misjudged Roach Jr. and gave him credit for his performance, but stood firm on his belief that the knee should have been ruled a knockdown. As the debate rages on, Shakur Stevenson's trainer, Coach K. Koroma, shared a telling anecdote about Davis. Koroma recalled a conversation with Tevin Farmer from a decade ago, where Farmer claimed that Davis doesn't like to get hit and struggles when pressured. If you let Gervonta be Gervonta Davis, he'll do his thing, Koroma said. But if you put a little emphasis on him, it disrupts his plan. I just saw the headlines, Davis coming with heavy punches, but Roach took it and punched back. Davis was like, oh, let me fall back. Maybe Lamont had a little better game plan. Whether Roach Jr. derailed Davis's plan or the knee incident was simply part of the game remains unclear. What's certain is that a rematch is a must, with both fighters appearing eager to run it back. However, the WBA's initial defense of referee Steve Willis's call and their subsequent retraction has only added to the confusion. The March 1st clash ended in a majority draw, allowing Davis to retain his WBA lightweight title, but the controversy surrounding the fight continues to overshadow the result. As the boxing world waits for the NYSAC's decision, one thing is clear: this chapter is far from over.
What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more. And I should have did more. I was lost in the, I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need, what is it called? Yeah, man. I didn't know what round it was. Facts.
Tank, Eric Blum from DailyMail.com. First off, your coach just said, can you confirm, did you get your hair done 2 days before the fight?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Gervonta Tank Davis's hairstylist has fired back, adamantly defending her work and dismissing his claim about hair grease impairing his vision as a baseless excuse. As criticism continues to mount, boxing trainer Kevin Cunningham has also stepped into the fray, pushing back against those questioning Davis's punching power. People are sitting on platforms questioning whether Gervonta Davis's power is real. Cunningham wrote on X, "The last time I checked, a 93% knockout ratio is real power. Davis indeed boasts one of the highest knockout rates in boxing at 93%, but he also throws fewer punches per round than nearly any other fighter." Against weaker opponents, this imbalance isn't an issue. However, when facing a technically sharp fighter like Lamont Roach Jr., sheer power isn't always enough. When a fan pointed this out, Cunningham responded, "They're questioning whether the power is real." We all know that a fighter needs more than power to beat talented opponents. While Cunningham attempts to defend Davis's performance, or lack thereof, Roach's attorney, Greg Smith, has been working tirelessly to ensure his client receives justice. Roach has officially petitioned the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, to overturn the majority draw and recognize him as the rightful winner. In a formal letter, Smith argued that Davis should have been disqualified or, at the very least, credited with a knockdown in the controversial 9th round. Although Davis cited hair grease as the reason for taking a knee, Roach contends that Davis essentially withdrew from the fight and benefited from unauthorized assistance from his corner. Adding to the drama, the NYSAC admitted to a technical malfunction that prevented an in-fight video review, a review that might have validated the knockdown. Despite the controversy, both fighters have expressed enthusiasm for a potential rematch, which could settle the debate once and for all. As the boxing world awaits the commission's decision, the fallout from this fight continues to spark heated discussions about fairness, officiating, and what it takes to truly win in the ring.
I ran water over it today, but I must ain't do it enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on?
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and like you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than But I didn't really know that you can get disqualified for all that, or when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we could get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
Well, what is?
You might see it in a minute. You definitely might see it in a minute.
Gervonta Tank Davis has built a reputation, or rather, several reputations. As the ring's top-ranked lightweight, he's not just a fan favorite but a global sensation, celebrated for his exceptional talent. What sets him apart most, however, is his defining trait, devastating power. Davis has an uncanny ability to dismantle opponents, and he aimed to prove it once again when he stepped into the ring at Brooklyn's Barclays Center this past weekend. Many believed his raw power would be the deciding factor against Lamont Roach Jr. Yet, despite absorbing a relentless barrage of punches, Roach refused to back down, pressing forward with unwavering determination. After standing toe-to-toe with Davis for the full 12 rounds, becoming only the third fighter to do so, Roach finds the chatter about Davis's power a bit perplexing. While the reigning WBA super featherweight champion acknowledges that Davis packs a punch, he stops short of calling it extraordinary. "He's got decent power," Roach told reporters. "He's got decent power, for sure." Although Davis lost his flawless record with the majority draw, Roach isn't satisfied.
What he truly wants is a rematch immediately. However, that wish may have to wait. While their rivalry is far from settled, Davis has made it clear that Roach will need to be patient, as his focus now shifts to other opponents. Regardless, Roach is certain their paths will cross again sooner or later. Until then, he has no doubt that Davis will handle his upcoming challengers with ease. Despite nothing from last Saturday's fight seeming to rattle Roach's chin, he won't downplay the sheer power in Davis's punches. In fact, he suspects the 30-year-old champion will continue adding to his collection of electrifying knockouts. "I see why he knocks people out," Roach said. "I can see why, however, things have taken a sharp downturn for Davis as rumors of a looming lawsuit now overshadow his clash with Roach." Already under scrutiny for his performance, the Baltimore fighter failed to put away the Reaper, who not only lasted all 12 rounds but walked away with a majority draw, a result many believe robbed Roach of a rightful victory. Roach has personally appealed to the NYSAC, requesting that the majority decision be overturned in his favor. The final outcome, however, remains uncertain. Meanwhile, as Davis awaits his fate, ESPN reporter Ali Spatch sparked discussion by highlighting instances where fighters have taken legal action against their opponents over fight results. "I don't know, personally not a fan of fighters lawyering up," he wrote on Twitter. "It's a slippery slope. Take care of business in the ring." So many examples of fighters who could have sued but never did. One notable case of post-fight legal action occurred after the Ryan Garcia vs. Devin Haney bout in April 2023. Following a grueling match where Garcia dominated and secured a majority decision victory, Haney took the battle from the ring to the courtroom, filing a lawsuit after a banned substance was detected in Garcia's system. Haney has since offered to drop the case on one condition: Garcia must agree to a rematch, expected to take place later this year. Roach, meanwhile, wasted no time reacting to Spatch's tweet, believing it was aimed at him after he was controversially denied both a knockdown and a victory. "I did take care of that ring," Roach fired back. "You about to make me get this bias? I know you people in NYSAC. Leave it be. I ain't suing nobody. I'm getting a clear knockdown situated that they robbed me of. Get it right." In an unexpected twist, a hair grease company has also entered the fray. As the boxing world waits for the NYSAC's decision, Murray's Pomade, a leading name in hairstyling, has called on Davis to ditch slick products and embrace its formula, promising a knockout look without the slippery consequences. Celebrating its 100th year, Murray's Pomade is known for its thick, waxy texture that doesn't drip. "He should have used our product and wouldn't have worried about his due," a company spokesperson told TMZ Sports. This implies that Davis could have another endorsement opportunity waiting, regardless of the NYSAC's ruling. So, as the drama unfolds, one thing is clear: the boxing world will be watching closely. If you enjoyed this update, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more exciting videos, make sure to hit the bell icon and stay updated. Subscribe to Boxing Hub now for all the latest in boxing.